He taught me so much in 9 months. Walking away was hard, but it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him. And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house.
I'm just going to go ahead and announce my retirement from stand-up. I'm kind of done. This is...
You're not really retired.
I've already discussed it with my kids.
It's no secret that Katt Williams and his viral Club Shay Shay appearance made a splash in recent months, and the ripple effect of the interview continues to be seen up to this day. Aside from dissing several of his celebrity peers, the comedian shared countless other controversial takes. According to Jaguar Wright, Williams' revelations might be the end of him. So what exactly did she say? During a recent interview with Real Life Productions, Wright reflected on the transformative relationship, starting with how they first met. She recalls sitting at a club on her 30th birthday when the personality approached her and handed her roughly $20,000 in cash. "Consider it a down payment on your time," she remembers him saying. Jaguar claims to have learned a lot from Williams during their brief relationship over a decade ago. In fact, she says that she wouldn't be who she is without him.
That taught me how to be Jaguar Wright.
"He taught me so much in 9 months," she explained. "Walking away was hard, but it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him, and I left." Wright went on to claim that at the time, the Illuminati allegedly began hunting down Katt, which made him so terrified that he slept with a Kevlar.
And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed.
Now, although the claims have not been verified, there are certain Hollywood elites who have actually threatened Katt Williams' life in the past, and one of the instances involves Wanda Smith. For context, the former V103 Atlanta radio host Wanda Smith had her own explosive interview with Williams during a 2018 episode of Frank and Wanda in the Morning. Williams told Sharp that he was promised before going on the show that, "We won't talk about your kids, we won't talk about jail, no cases, we ain't gonna talk about none of that." It didn't go down that way, leading to V103's highest viewed clip by a wide margin. Williams was a guest with comedian Red Grant, who was performing shows in Atlanta that weekend. The interview would have already been noteworthy because of shots Williams took at Jared Carmichael, Lil Rel, Kevin Hart, and Hannibal Buress. He had an extended clip for Tiffany Haddish, who was still very popular in 2018 thanks to her star-making turn in 2017's Girls Trip. "She'd been doing comedy since she was 16, he said. "You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke." Things between Williams and Smith started veering from the rails when he insulted her interview style. Shortly after, Smith made the fatal flaw of claiming Williams has a played-out perm. The segment was almost finished, and co-host Frank Ski was ready to cut to commercial, but civility left the room and viral history was made. "My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm," Williams told her. "Come run one of your gnarled fingers through it." The insults only got deeper from there. Williams told Smith to remove her headphones and wig, to which she told him to take off them old clothes you got on. Williams responded by opening his jacket to show that he was wearing a piece from what he claimed was an as-yet-released Versace collection. Williams clapped at her with, "Shout out to Forever 21 necklace collection," as Ski failed miserably at stifling his laughter to cut to commercial to save his co-host. "Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on," Williams said. "If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100S, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash." Williams unleashed a barrage of weight jokes on Smith. "If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't calm me down." He responded to Smith, calling him Lil Mama with, "You probably shouldn't talk about sizes. You're big on the radio." He also shut down her suggestion that he spent time in prison by reminding us that he has 19 felonies, no convictions. The fallout from the interview could have made for an episode of Atlanta. The day after the segment, Smith's husband, Lamorris Sellers, allegedly confronted and chased Williams into a Home Depot. Williams told police Sellers pointed a gun at him. After the reported altercation between Williams and Sellers following the interview, Smith addressed both incidents on air. She recounted that at the Comedy Theater, Williams approached her stating, "I told you messing with me will make you go viral." This encounter led to Sellers pursuing Williams into a Food Depot supermarket. Due to legal constraints, Smith refrained from providing additional details about the altercation. However, she openly discussed feeling attacked during her interview with Williams. "I sensed that, from the beginning of his conversation, he had an agenda to confront me, and it made me uneasy. Smith elaborated. He seemed to be targeting me. I'm not the type of comedian to engage in a back and forth. When he started coming at me, it threw me off. I didn't know how to respond because I didn't want to engage in that kind of dialogue. Out of respect. I am not playing victim, Smith added. I am not a jokester like that. I don't know how to do that. He did it. He won. It threw me off. However, Wanda's husband denied that he pointed the gun at Katt. Sellers openly admitted to pursuing Williams, heading to a nearby Food Depot supermarket, as he believed Williams was verbally assaulting his wife without any justification. According to Sellers, he witnessed Williams making a direct approach towards Smith outside the club, echoing his wife's account of the incident. Initially addressing Smith with, "There's the lady of the hour," Williams reportedly lit a cigarette and remarked to Smith, "I told you messing with me would make you go viral." Sellers intervened at this point, advising Williams, "Bro, you need to find something else to do." According to Sellers, Williams escalated the situation dramatically, responding with, "You find something to do? I'll fight you. I'll fight your big expletive." Williams allegedly moved closer to Sellers. In a tense confrontation, Sellers, notably larger at 370 pounds and standing at 6'2" compared to Williams, began advancing towards the comedian. Williams, recognizing the threat, swiftly fled towards the Food Depot. Despite the efforts of a bodyguard to intervene, Sellers and the bodyguard found themselves in a scuffle. Amidst the chaos, Sellers mentioned that his gun fell out of his waistband and onto the ground. Observing this, Williams continued to run into the supermarket. Sellers asserted that he quickly retrieved the gun and resumed the chase. Inside the Food Depot at the register area, Sellers observed that Williams had retreated into the aisles. Recognizing the attention from onlookers, Sellers decided to de-escalate the situation. "I wasn't trying to cause a commotion," Sellers explained. "I proceeded to walk past the bodyguard. I apologized. Nothing personal against you. He doesn't pay you enough to do this job." I could tell from his expression and demeanor that he didn't want any part of what Katt was doing. Sellers, who had been carrying a gun for a decade, acknowledged that he sometimes forgets he even has it. Notably, he did not have the gun in a holster on that particular night. Sellers wanted to clarify that Williams initiated the situation, not him. According to Sellers, the incident had nothing to do with the on-air banter. Instead, it was about Williams targeting his wife when he came to the club. "This situation made me look like the weakest, lamest person in the world," Sellers expressed. "It made me look like I got mad because my wife got roasted by Katt Williams on the air. It had nothing to do with what was on the air. That's what comedians do. When he came to the club, he targeted my wife. As a man, I'm not built like that. I couldn't possibly let that happen. I have to protect my wife. I wasn't looking for conflict. I just wanted him to keep it moving. He chose to do different." Sellers, married to Smith for 9 years, holds the belief that Williams deliberately stirred up drama to garner attention for his upcoming tour and Netflix special. In his account to the Gwinnett County Police, Williams asserted that Sellers pointed a gun at his face. However, the Food Depot video, though lacking footage of the altercation outside the club, revealed no visible firearm. "He never saw the barrel of the gun," Sellers clarified. "The video shows I had nothing in my hand. I had shoved it back into my waist." When questioned by TMZ photographers, Williams refrained from providing a definitive statement about the incident and instead queried, "If someone did pull out a gun, why would you do that for? If it's not to shoot somebody, what is it?" To the question of whether he scares easily, Williams responded affirmatively, saying, "Yes." The backlash was so severe that Wanda was even fired from the show in January 2019, months after the segment. The reason why was never confirmed publicly. But many speculate it had to do with Smith's Lil Mama comments and her attempts to emasculate Williams on the radio in a city well known for its black gay male population. "It's a very thin line, but this lady is trying to embarrass me in front of a largely home base. That's why she got canceled," Williams told Sharp. "Gay people don't take it kindly that you would, as a derogatory term, call me gay." In any case, such feuds are nothing strange to Katt Williams. However, what he finds strange is when Hollywood A-listers come after him. For context, during an open conversation with Vlad TV, Williams shared a perplexing experience where he felt uneasy due to what he perceived as advances from Diddy. The narrative begins with Williams attending a party at Diddy's extravagant mansion, expecting a night of socializing with fellow celebrities. However, the evening took an unexpected twist when Williams observed an unusual aspect. There were no women in attendance, only men.
All lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Feeling uneasy, Williams tried to leave, but Diddy persistently pursued him, making suggestive comments and even offering a suspicious drink. Sensing the situation, Williams declined the drink and firmly expressed his lack of interest in Diddy's advances. In his own words, Williams emphasized his stance, regardless of Diddy's wealth, fame, or power. "I am not gay, and I am not going to sleep with you." However, his rejection seemed to shock and offend Diddy, who resorted to trying to intimidate Williams by threatening to harm his career. Undeterred, Williams stood his ground, emphasizing that he had nothing to fear. Eventually, Williams managed to find an exit from the party, putting the unsettling encounter behind him. His decision to disclose this experience stemmed from a desire to illuminate the darker facets of the entertainment industry and caution aspiring artists about whom they place their trust in. Williams made it clear that his concern wasn't with anyone's but rather with feeling harassed and pressured into something he didn't desire. He underscored the importance of respecting boundaries and emphasized the significance of consent, irrespective of gender or orientation. "I respect everyone's right to love whoever they want to love, but I also respect my right to say no thank you," Williams stated emphatically. While Katt Williams may have experienced shifts in his Hollywood relationships, potentially losing some friends and gaining adversaries, what remains indisputable is the comedian's surge in popularity after his dynamic appearance on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast. During the nearly 3-hour episode, the acclaimed entertainer shared candid insights and unfiltered perspectives on fellow comedians and some of the industry's prominent figures. For starters, Katt Williams certainly shook the table with his appearance on Club Shay Shay on January 4th, when he called out Steve Harvey. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had, he said in the interview. Now, Steve got a sitcom where he the principal, and he wear a suit. And then he gets this high-top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. He continued. Then you ask him, "Why you not a movie star?" "I didn't want to be a movie star." This the same end that hated on Bernie Mac with this same thing. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asked for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You have to have range. Following this, Williams also revealed why he turned down a role in the original Kings of Comedy. "I know the truth. You think Emma let you ish on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last was because it was your tour. Tell the truth, it was Steve's tour," Williams added.
Y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly, and you were good looking, and he couldn't make it 'cause you did. And that ain't the way comedy works. The king is the funniest.
In any case, Katt Williams has also exposed several other comedy sellouts like Cedric the Entertainer, whom he described as a walrus and a plagiarist. Cedric told you when you asked him, "Did you steal Katt Williams' joke?" He said, "It don't line up," Williams said. "How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019, and then did it on the Kings of Comedy? What doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was." Williams then proceeded to describe radio personality Ricky Smiley as a liar over his claim that he was supposed to play Money Mike in the 2002 film Friday After Next, a role which Williams played. Smiley, meanwhile, played a Santa Claus robber, but he claimed Williams was supposed to take that role instead. He asserted that Smiley, Cedric, and Harvey allied against him. "The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all my auditions is because of Steve and Ced. He would tell anybody that. Listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is," he added. At one point, the comedian said he walked away from $50 million offers 4 times throughout his career in order to protect his integrity. Anyway, Katt Williams also attacked Kevin Hart by highlighting the astonishing trajectory of his career in Hollywood by first questioning the unprecedented speed with which Hart achieved success.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already...
In addition to that, Williams believes Kevin Hart might be an industry plant because of how successful he's been throughout his career. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart, Williams said. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He said that he hates to come across as a petty individual for picking apart lies, but he wanted to set the record straight. He later added, "For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk." In any case, this is not the first time that Katt has exposed these elites. Williams once challenged the notion that there are no gatekeepers in the entertainment industry, asserting that he has observed individuals controlling access to opportunities. He used the example of Kevin Hart supposedly letting Tiffany Haddish into the industry, raising the question of whether gatekeepers do indeed exist. Additionally,
No gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up for... Don't such and such open the gate?
Katt also revealed that he had a tense encounter with Martin Lawrence, who tried to make him wear a dress for a movie role. Williams said that he was offered a part in Lawrence's film Big Mama's House 2, but he turned it down when he found out that he had to dress up as a woman. He claimed that Lawrence was not happy with his decision and tried to pressure him into doing it. He said, "Come on, man, it's just comedy. It's not that serious. It's not like you're really a woman." I said, "No, man, I'm not doing it. I have principles and I have dignity. I don't want to disrespect myself or my people." He said, "Well, you're missing out on a big opportunity. You could be a star." I said, "I'm already a star. I don't need to wear a dress to be funny." Williams said that he respects Lawrence as a comedian and an actor, but he does not agree with his choice of wearing dresses for laughs. He said that he believes that Hollywood has an agenda to emasculate black men and make them look weak and foolish. "I'm not saying that every black man who wears a dress is selling out, but I'm saying that there is a pattern and a purpose behind it. They want to make us look like clowns and buffoons. They want to take away our masculinity and our power. They want to make us lose our identity and our self-respect." Williams said that he is not afraid to speak his mind and stand up for what he believes in, even if it means losing some fans or some money. He said that he is proud of who he is and what he does, and he will never compromise his integrity for fame or fortune. "I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to tell the truth and make people laugh. I'm here to be myself and be original. I'm here to be Katt Williams, not somebody else's puppet." In any case, the dress matter has been a subject close to Williams' heart since he believes it is Hollywood's way of emasculating black comedians. You see, Katt has a long history of calling out Hollywood elites and their shady ways of controlling black celebrities. In a 2013 interview with Blacktree TV while discussing his role in Scary Movie 5, Katt delved into some interesting topics, including a theory about black actors being forced to wear dresses on screen in order to progress to the next level of fame. It's worth noting that this interview came out not long after Kevin Hart appeared on an SNL skit wearing a dress. For context, it all started when Dave Chappelle, another revered comedian, appeared on Oprah's show in 2006, where he talked openly about his refusal to accept a $50 million deal from Comedy Central. He felt that such deals came with strings attached, and he was unwilling to be controlled or humiliated for the sake of a paycheck. Chappelle's revelations didn't end there. He recounted being asked to wear a dress for a movie scene, an experience that left him deeply uncomfortable. According to him, many comedians had faced similar situations, having to don dresses on screen, and it often coincided with a critical juncture in their careers. This, too, was a nod to the prevailing industry belief that black entertainers needed to cross this peculiar threshold to advance. Fast forward to 2012, when Kevin Hart was asked about Dave Chappelle's claims during a radio show. While he didn't explicitly say no to ever wearing a dress, Hart emphasized the importance of personal boundaries. He stated that crossing these boundaries was non-negotiable for him.
You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
He even cited examples of bizarre requests he had received, such as dribbling a basketball on a talk show, which he politely declined. Hart stressed the importance of protecting his brand and the potential risks of compromising it. However, just a year later, Hart appeared in an SNL skit where he donned a dress, a move that drew sharp criticism from fans. Some accused him of being a sellout, arguing that he had contradicted his earlier stance. The skit portrayed him as a 9-year-old child pope, an image that many believed didn't align with the Kevin Hart they had come to know.
The new pope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee, Wallace.
Katt Williams seized this opportunity to reignite the feud. He suggested that Kevin Hart's actions on SNL were merely part of a larger pattern, insinuating that Hart was willingly playing by the industry's rules to secure fame and fortune. Williams opined that Hart's success allowed him to escape criticism for wearing a dress, as a long line of comedians had already done so before him.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before.
He pointed to movies like Big Mama's House and the Medea franchise as examples of previous instances where comedians had donned dresses. In any case, Katt Williams has also delved into discussions about Diddy and even Pastor T.D. Jakes. Discussing Diddy and T.D. Jakes, he remarked, "All these individuals with questionable behavior are facing challenges in 2024. It's a reckoning for everyone, whether you're Diddy or anyone else. T.D. Jakes or any of them, all falsehoods will be laid bare. That's it. And those who misinterpret it, well, they know why. The truth is the light." Both T.D. Jakes and Diddy are well-connected figures. Critics have raised questions about the motives behind Diddy's substantial donation to T.D. Jakes' church in 2014, speculating whether it was an effort to cultivate a positive relationship with the preacher or potentially secure tax benefits. Additionally, concerns have been expressed about Diddy's alleged exploitation of artists and failure to provide fair compensation. This has led to speculation about whether the donation played a role in maintaining influence or control over Katt Williams, sparking discussions about the complexities of financial dynamics and power within the entertainment industry. Whether T.D. Jakes chooses to address the claims and clarify his role in the situation remains to be seen, adding further intrigue to the unfolding narrative. In a different context, Oprah Winfrey has also openly discussed her challenging moments, acknowledging Bishop T.D. And according to Katt, both Oprah and Tyler are also involved in ruining his career. Jakes was instrumental in helping her through what she describes as one of the lowest points in her life. Bishop T.D. Jakes shared a sermon titled, "Save the Scraps," and Oprah, with her substantial following of 34 million on Twitter, retweeted the message, expressing how the sermon had helped her during a difficult time. In her tweet, she expressed, "This sermon helped me when I was at my lowest." And Jakes' sermon delved into the theme of patiently waiting for God to structure things appropriately before bestowing miraculous blessings, emphasizing the importance of personal preparation to receive the magnitude of what God has in store. The best miracles in your life take time to not be driven by hunger or need or necessity. Sometimes you've got to get yourself structured and in order so that you're ready to receive the magnitude of what God has for you, Jakes said in the sermon. Bishop T.D. Jakes underscores the significance of maintaining order, time management, and structure in the pursuit of one's goals. He cautions against overlooking the necessary foundations required to bear the weight of what God has in store. Jakes highlights the tendency of some driven individuals to neglect essential structures vital for sustaining their given responsibilities. Oprah Winfrey, a long-standing admirer of Jakes, has publicly expressed her respect for him on multiple occasions. Prior to the release of her TV church drama Greenleaf, Winfrey consulted with Jakes to seek his blessing and assure him that the series was not inspired by him, his family, or his congregation. During a May Q and a session with the media, Winfrey shared insights from her conversation with Jakes, stating, "I spoke to T.D. Jakes and said, I just want you to know I'm doing a show about a megachurch, and the only resemblance to you is that our main character is called Bishop, and you're a bishop." He said, "I'm happy to hear that because I've heard some things about it." Winfrey emphasized her profound respect for the church and assured Jakes that she would not do anything to disrespect it. In Oprah Winfrey's series Greenleaf, penned by Craig Wright, the script revolves around the dysfunction within the church and the family of Bishop James Greenleaf. Despite the focus on the flaws within the church and its members, Oprah stressed her deep connection to the Black church, stating, "I am who I am, sitting here today because of the Black church." And if Oprah is so supportive to Jakes, people are suggesting that she might be one of the A-listers that Katt Williams was warning us about. Although his claims haven't been confirmed, fans are worried that Katt Williams might be revealing too much and the Hollywood elites are getting uncomfortable. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.